Guys, when I say I've literally been in the pits of hell, I've been in the pits of hell. I got so sick like about 6 days ago. Ended up being like a chest throat infection, had to cancel my whole week, which for me is like unheard of. Like, I have to go to events, I have to like film content, I have to like see my friends, I have to do all these things. And the amount of things that I missed last week, it was like exposure therapy for me. Like, I missed a Space NK Christmas lunch with like champagne at Claridge's, which is one of my favourite hotels in London. I missed my friend doing like a Friendsgiving event. I missed going out for drinks with my friend. I missed so many things. It actually made me feel even worse about life. And do you know, I had one of those moments where like you can't remember being well. Like, I can't remember what it felt like to be well because my throat was all like fucked. I had a headache. I couldn't even stand up properly. I couldn't even walk. Like, it was peak. And I don't really get sick like that. So I knew it was dark times. Anyways, somehow I've made a miraculous recovery. I was like semi-okay yesterday, and then today I was like, I actually kind of feel fine. Like, I still feel a bit tired and a bit run down, but I don't feel like sick as a dog. Like, I can get back to work. I can do this. With thought that I was going to have to miss a week, which is like, I don't know. I never used to be consistent, and I'm not really consistent babes, but for some reason, this is like my one thing that I like to keep consistent. It's like, by hook or by crook, you will get an episode this week. So I come to you this week in not full health. I am only just getting my personality back. You know, when you're sick and you don't find a fucking thing funny. Like, I didn't find anything funny. I didn't want to listen to music. I didn't want to dance. Those are the three metrics for me where you know if I'm like really sick or not. If I don't want to listen to music anymore, the whole game's gone left, because music is literally like my life force energy. And so when I felt like I didn't want to dance, I didn't want to see anyone, I fucking didn't want to go to an event, it's peak. It was really bad. But we'll make fast recoveries. And also, I think it's made me realize that I actually need to start saying no to more things. Because I'm one of those people that will go to everything. Like, I like to support the brands that I love working with. I like to support the people I love being around. I love to support my friends. I love to socialize. I love to party. I love to travel. Like, I like doing things. And obviously, we're not robots, and we don't have infinite amount of energy and infinite amount of whatever, like resources of the body. And I think that was my body telling me to sit the fuck down. And because the week that I had before, I went out on the Wednesday, and it was my friend's birthday on the Saturday. And I had tried to keep it like a relatively calm week because I had just got back from Japan. But the two parties fucked me up. The two parties absolutely fucked me up. I think just because I stayed out so late and I drank so much, and my body just needed to like not. And so yeah, I'm gonna learn the balance of life. I think it's really important for people to like find their balance, and I think it's difficult for me because my work and personal sort of blends a bit. Like, I've got friends within the work industry that host events, and I want to go to them, but I want to go to them because of my friend, not because it's work. And I guess a lot of my job is like that, and so I think I find it difficult to find the balance. And also, I fucking hate the balance. I want to do everything 100%, and I think it's not possible. I've been defeated by this illness, and you heard it here first. You cannot have it all. And so yeah, anyways, I'm better. But what I was able to do, which I'm not usually able to do on like a normal week, binge series, right? And Stranger Things come out on Thursday. Like, Stranger Things 5 came out on Thursday. I'm like a huge fan of Stranger Things. I watched it from the beginning with my mum because it was like 2016. How old was I? I was like 18 or 19 or something. Absolutely fell in love with it, kept up with every season. And I remember after season 4 is my favorite, by the way, so far. I remember after season 4 thinking, how the fuck am I still going to be interested in this show in 2025? It's like so many years away, da 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 da. Because when was that one? Was that like 2 or 3 years ago, the last season? I got the opportunity to binge the season from start to finish. So I literally started from Stranger Things 1 all the way till 4. And it took me like, I mean, it was taking up my whole days. What is it, like 1 hour an episode, like 8 or 9 episodes in a season? It was taking me like 8 hours to complete one. But I was so stationary and I had nothing else to do because I couldn't work. I wasn't working. I wasn't seeing people. I needed to stay in the house or in the hospital, the doctors. And so I binged the shit out of it and I absolutely loved it. I highly recommend, if you're into Stranger Things and you're watching the new season, do a recap, because you watch it with a different eye this time. And then also it gets you geared up for what's happening now. I've already watched 5. I binged that in one evening. Like, I had this idea in my head where I was like, okay, I'm gonna watch the first episode, then I'm gonna like put some washing in, I'm gonna cook myself some food, I'm gonna have a shower, do a face mask, and then I'm gonna sit down and watch the second one, right? So I'm sat watching it and I'm gagged, I'm gooped in gold and like obsessed with it. And I press pause and tell me why I'm halfway through episode 3, because I've only got an episode and a half left to go. I'm thinking, how the hell? I must have just been on autopilot and enjoying it so much that I didn't realize when the end credits were rolling and then the intro came on. I don't know how that happened. But anyways, I guess this episode, you could say, is about Stranger Things. And I've got a lot of thoughts that I wrote down because I just, season 4 did something to me, and I feel like it did something to me the first time I watched it, but then the second time I watched it, I was just like absolutely gagged. And if we don't watch Stranger Things, I highly recommend just doing it. Like, it's not that big of a commitment. It's not that many seasons. Like, you know, when someone's like Real Houses of Orange County or something like that, or New Jersey or New York, it's like, oh my god, there's fucking 13 seasons of this shit. Like, I can't do it. This is only 4.5 seasons that you have to catch up with, and I suggest that you do it because it's so wholesome. And I don't know, there's something about the 80s for me. The 80s do it for me. Also, I will say the lighting on the last podcast was so diabolical that I had to come in and try to rectify it, because I am actually really pretty, but the video was not portraying that at all. And when I got sick, I said, I'm gonna have to miss an episode, but the one guiding light that got me through, and I think that made me recover so quickly, is making sure that there was a new bit of content out there for you, so that you can see that my face is actually really nice and I don't look like I've been dragged through a hedge backwards. Back to Stranger Things. So yeah, I think season 4 Stranger Things is a cinematic masterpiece. I don't know, can you still call a series cinematic? I think you can. Like, it's not cinema technically, but like, I think it's a cinematic masterpiece. Specifically episode 7, right? I would ask, you know what I would tell people to do is literally just watch episode 7 of season 4, but like, you won't understand the lore. But for me, that is like peak series. It had everything that you would want. It was building up to a story. You thought you had figured out the answer. You hadn't figured out the answer. She hadn't figured out the answer, and then she fucking figures it out, and I love it. And there's nothing I love more in this world than a villain and a villain arc, a villain origin story, and a villain's monologue. The hero could never give as good a monologue as what the villain does. And I sort of have a crush on Henry Creel. No, I don't know if that means that you should put me in a straitjacket, but I kind of had a crush on him, I can't lie. One, he's kind of cool, you know, like, he would have had me convinced. Do you know, when I was watching it, I was thinking, right, he had some bars, right, which I actually wrote down because I love the bars so much. He had some absolute bars, and 11 is a better woman than me because, or a better girl, because she's like a little girl. 11 is a better girl than me because I would have been convinced to join him 100%. Me and Vecna together, reshaping the world to what it should be. Absolutely, sign me up. I'm going. In fact, I probably would have came up with the idea. So the question is, does that make me a villain? I think I am a villain. At this point, I'm the villain. I'm either the funny side character or I'm the villain. There's not really any in between, to be honest. I don't think I'd be the main character. Yeah, I think I'd be the villain or the funny the funny sidekick. Or like someone that's like not, because I don't think I'm like 100% evil. Don't get me wrong, in a series, I love an evil motherfucker. Like Henry Creel, one, I love an evil motherfucker. I loved episode 7 because he showed how fucking crazy he was. And I think like it's my type because they would kill for you. No questions asked. If anyone is causing you trouble, they'll kill them on the spot. I think that's kind of hot. I should talk to my therapist about that though, really. Right, okay, so these are the specific lines that would have fully made me join Vecna, right? So he said, "Why do you cry for them, 11, after everything they did for you?" Valid. So valid. The other motherfuckers in the building were gonna kill her, and they were bullying her, and they were throwing her around, and they were physically abusing her, and they were laughing at her, and they thought she was weak. Why does she cry for them? He killed them? Okay, sorry. It's a dog eat dog world. It had nothing to do with me. I'm sorry that you're dead, but you were gonna come and kill me, and now you want me to cry for you. No, I'm not crying for you, sorry. Is that crazy? I just think that you've got to look at things objectively, right? Those motherfuckers were gonna kill me and they were killed by someone else. Okay, well, sorry to those people. He also said, "Humans are a unique type of pest, multiplying and poisoning our world, all while enforcing a deeply unnatural structure." Valid. That's true. He's not wrong. Like, he's actually not wrong. I think it is a deeply unnatural structure. What are we supposed to do? Just like go to work, go to sleep, wake up, go to work, go to sleep, wake up, see your family for like 5 seconds, get married, have kids, go to sleep, wake up, go to work. Oh, please, he had a point. It's unnatural. We should be eating fruit off the trees and singing and dancing all day long in the woods with no clothes on. I mean, not that I would do that, but I think that's what we're supposed to be doing. And like having like nice relationships with animals, like Snow White vibe. But then with everything that he was saying, right, it made me like, am I a bad person? Like, am I like, is this the red flags that you should be looking out for when someone is crazy? So yeah, I don't know if I would be easily corrupted. Like, am I a villain already? I like to think I'm a realist. Like, I like to look at the world. Like, I don't think it's all sunshine and roses. Sunshine and rainbows. Sunshine and roses. So, like, really, it is a deeply unnatural structure. I mean, I don't want to eradicate the human race, but, like, I kind of get the sentiment. And especially because he's been bullied all his life. I think I have a lot of sympathy for people that are like outcasted. He was bullied his whole life. Everybody made him feel like a big old freak and not the good kind. Like, yeah, I would crash out and be like, fuck you guys, I fucking hate you. You're weak-minded weirdos. I just think the kids in the hospital, well, you shouldn't have been so mean at 11, and then maybe your fate would have been different. I don't know. I just love a villain arc. I love a villain. Like, I'm obsessed with a villain. Another villain? Do you know what I think it is, right? I understand a villain's story, right? Number one person that springs to mind, Anakin Skywalker. Anakin Skywalker deserved better. It was the conditions that he was put under that made him turn that way. Now, I know that they say he was going to turn that way regardless because it was written in blah, blah, blah. I'm not sure. He had childhood trauma, he had abandonment issues, he got whisked away to this random place with a bunch of self-righteous pricks who always think, some do-gooders that always think they're doing the right thing and never put in like 100% trust or faith in him. And then his mum got brutalized, he was being manipulated, he was being, like, what, like, I'm not surprised he turned insane. I think, right, if the do-gooders, and when I say do-gooders, I mean the Jedi, because I think if the Jedi had made him a master, the whole mess could have been prevented. Just make him a master. Why did you not want to make him a master? Like fucking Mace Windu. I know it's like conspiracy theory whether he's alive or not, but you wouldn't have had your arm sliced off and fell out of window if you had believed in her, but you didn't believe in him the whole way, and then he double crossed you. I understand his his issue. He's not a villain. He was mistreated by the system. Same with the Vecna. Same with Juan. Same with Henry Creel. It's the same. So I like a villain. I like a villain. I mean, Vecna and Darth Vader, they don't really do it for me. But Anakin and Henry Creel, I like it, you know. Yeah, I was like, I was writing, because when I was writing about what I was thinking, because I have to write it down, otherwise I'll forget what I want to talk to you about. Um, I was like, I can save him. He's not usually like this. That's literally what I'm acting like. I'm like a pick me. But I just got it. Padme wasn't grateful enough. That man would have killed everyone in the whole franchise for Padme. She didn't appreciate that as much as I would have. I really would have appreciated that. Do you know what I'd do to have a psycho like girlfriend? Do you know what I'd do to have a psycho girlfriend? I would fucking love it. They don't make them like Anakin Skywalker anymore. They don't do it. There must be some traumatic reason to unpack as to why I would love to be with someone crazy. I don't know. We'll figure that out another day. It's not earth shattering. I'm not dating anyone currently, so we're good. Okay, so when I was thinking, right, because normally when I watch series, I don't think about it too deeply, but when I was writing about my thoughts, because obviously I wanted to talk about it, I started getting like super philosophical, which just happens for me sometimes. By the way, I got my braces tightened, so if I've got a little bit of a lisp again, that's why. But yeah, I started to get like a little bit philosophical, and I think like a really important, no, I don't know how to even frame what I say. Do you know, I get told a lot of the time, like, you're really confident and you seem to know yourself so well, right? And I think the most developed people and the most confident people are the people in the world that can understand their capacity for evil. I think that if you think that you're so good and you're so nice and you would never treat anyone horrible and you'd never, it's like a level of delusion, do-gooder, because it's not true. Everyone has the capacity to hurt other people. I mean, capacity for evil is like extreme, but everybody should be able to understand the capacity to hurt other people, whether it's indirectly or directly. And I think the people that don't do that are the people that have like zero self-awareness. I've come across quite a few people. There's just a person that sprung to mind there that that is like so desperately unaware of how they can about their capacity for evil. Like, I know my capacity for evil, as in I know when I would hurt others, why, my motives, my morals, my values as to what. I mean, when I say evil, evil is a stretch. Like, obviously, I'm not going to on, but like, say if my friend was getting beat up, or say if I saw someone getting beat up by someone, I would jump in and I would punch the person. Punching someone is inherently not a good thing, but around the context of the situation, it's for the greater good, because I don't want that person to get beat up. I don't want that person to die. I don't want that. Do you know what I mean? So I think understanding your capacity for evil is where the most developed humans come from. It's very philosophical. It's like, you know, when people say like to appreciate the light, you must know the darkness, because, you know, you can't appreciate the light if you don't know anything else. I feel like that kind of thinly threads in with understanding your capacity for evil, because if you don't know evil, then how can you know good? How do you know what the reference is for good if you don't know bad? Basically, the essence of what I was saying is, I know what would trigger me to want to do badness, and to think that I am only good is to be in denial, and to be in denial is not understanding the full picture. So when temptation or provocation comes along, you are not as well prepared to like stand your ground. So basically, I think in understanding your capacity for evil, you're able to stand on business more, and I stand on business. Like, if I cut you off, I'm standing on business. Like, I don't really go back on things because I have a clear idea in my head, which I've had to work on, though, to be fair, because life is not black and white. It's very much shades of grey, and I know this, but I have very black and white thinking. Like, I think that's right and I think that's wrong, and I da. Yeah. So there's just a little knowledge, little gem for you right there. Do you know what everyone always says to me? Like, oh my God, I listen to your podcast. How can you talk to yourself for that long? How can you? I actually don't know. I can just do it. But I have to like not think about it too much, because right now the fact that I'm thinking about the fact that I'm in the house and there's no one here currently, and I'm just talking to myself, and I've been talking to myself for nearly half an hour. So then anyway, super fucking philosophical, back to Stranger Things. I want to say like 11 is the definition of a good human being. Like, she's very good, because the fact that she wanted to, I'm still talking about season 4, we haven't gotten to season 5 yet. The fact that she wanted to get rid of Henry in order to like save the world and like avenge people that hated her, when all she knew was death, destruction, and betrayal. She's better than me. I would have said, fuck everyone. I don't care. Good luck to them. I have my powers. You're not going to get me. Fuck everyone. I am going to talk at length about this episode 7 in season 4, because I fucking love that episode. I think it's so good. As in, the storyline is fab. So, like, Elle this whole time thinks that she's killed the kids in the hospital. So she's lived with that her whole life, thinking that she killed the kids in the hospital. And, like, she doesn't understand what's happened. She then finds out it wasn't her and it was Henry. Fab. Nancy and Robin figuring out, going to see, what's he called? Going to see Victor Creel, figuring out that it's music that helps against Vecna's curse or whatever it's called. Relaying that to Dustin. Dustin then relays that to the boys, so then they can help Max. So Max gets out of the madness. Learning about the whole history of that family through Victor Creel, who gouged his eyes out in the fucking prison. Crazy. I think I love like everything slowly pieces together, like with the music and the Victor Creel in the house and Henry and 11 figuring out it wasn't her. Like, oh my God, my brain wanted to explode when I watched it for the second time. So I'm like, I am just obsessed. I have no notes. Convincing Elle to take that thing out of his neck. One was a genius, you know, because he was acting all meek and he was like, good luck. And Dr. Brenner was looking at him. He knew something was going on, but he didn't know what exactly was going on. And then he said, will you please take this out my neck, because I don't want to be tracked anymore. And Elle said, yeah, sure, why not? And then that's when it all fucking went tits up. But what I don't understand about that situation, right, is why could he not just cut the tracker out of his neck? I never really understood that part, because I'm like, why did Elle need to take it out? Why could he have not just got a knife and cut it out himself? But other than that, obsessed, no notes. Well, other than that one note, but no notes. I think that is like the perfect episode of Stranger Things for me. I mean, maybe season 5 it'll top that. To be fair, season 5, episode 4, banger. I was crying. I guess the end of season 4 I was also crying because I had a huge crush on Eddie Munson. Eddie Munson is my lesbian of the show. Like, he's the one that I would thirst after. He kind of looks like my type in women. In fact, he looks exactly like my type in women. And my vibe in women as well, to be fair. Robin is actually the lesbian in the show, but I can't thirst after Robin. Like, that whole like goofy, clumsy energy, like I can't thirst after that. Eddie's like a non-conformist, like rock star, like gamer, like cool outfits, like weird personality, like wants to make people laugh. I love Eddie. And I think the fact that he doesn't come back in season 5 is an absolute travesty. His death. Ugh. I probably bawled my eyes out. Like, I had to take a video of me crying because I was like, that is so dramatic of me to be crying like this over a TV character. But Eddie was my lesbian. And he fucking, did he do like a Metallica when he was trying to get rid of the bats? Like, so obviously the setup to before he dies, spoiler alert, I mean, if you've been listening this far, you've probably watched the whole thing already. Or you don't watch Stranger Things and you just like listen to me talk. Eddie Munson, like in the setup before his death, him doing a guitar fucking metal concert in the Upside Down, doing a Metallica song, Master of the Puppets. Yeah, Master of Puppets, Metallica, yeah. I really like that song actually from Metallica. It's got to be like one of my faves. That was so hard to me. I had to keep rewinding it 'cause I'm like, do you know what? I think I fall in love with energy. I want like a rock star. Like Eddie as a lesbian is like my absolute ideal type. Obviously he's dead and he's not real and he's not a lesbian, so back to the drawing board. But yeah, that episode specifically, if you're into Stranger Things, please just go and watch it again, because I don't think you appreciated it the first time. You need to go back a few years later. We're a couple of years older. You need to go back and look at it, because fucking hell, it's so hot. It's so Oh no, those are two different episodes. Yeah, episode 7, Slay, and then the last episode, his death was like, yeah, it really upset me. Now on season 5, can I just say, right? No Ted Wheeler slander will be accepted in this household. Ted Wheeler is the most consistent motherfucker in the whole season. Like, not a change in that personality. He stands on business as to who he is. He just gives the sarcastic one-liners in the most monotone voice. And as much as I like to think I'd be 11, I'd probably be a Ted Wheeler, or I would be a Delightful Derek. Delightful Derek had the best quote of the 4 episodes that I've seen. I have a small obsession with the Wheeler family. Like, the walk 'em down Wheelers, they stand on business like I've never seen before. Ted, with no context, no prior knowledge, no nothing, saw the Demogorgon, didn't run, started swinging with his golf club, came out swinging. I mean, granted, he got knocked out pretty quickly. And then the walk 'em down Wheeler, fucking Karen walk 'em down Wheeler, nearly got the Demogorgon in a 1v1. It was Karen in the kitchen with a wine bottle, just going at him. I think he was so flabbergasted that he didn't know what to do. I hope she makes a recovery. And then the OG walk him down Wheeler, Nancy with the shotgun. Nancy with the shotgun, like, obsessed. She might be my lesbian of the season. She's getting incredibly hotter as the seasons go on. Like, I remember the first season, she's like, "You're an idiot, Steve Harrington." And I was like, "Oh, whatever." But then now she's like, with a shotgun, she doesn't miss. She put that truck on his back. And then Mike, walking down Wheeler, was banging the Demogorgon over the head with a shovel, whilst fucking Lucas was just going, "Mike, get him, Mike, get him." He didn't provide any help whatsoever. Season 5 for me, right? I think that anyone that is talking shit about season 5 is like just wanting to be a hater, because I am actually really enjoying it. I've watched it 2 times over. It came out like 3-4 days ago. I've watched it 2 times already. We have a month. Don't talk to me about it. I'm fucking pissed off. Why is there a month? Why do I have to wait? So you're going to tell me on Christmas Day all I'm going to be thinking about is Stranger Things? I'm not going to be paying attention to anything other than thinking Stranger Things is coming on tomorrow. And then that's not even when the finale is. I've heard the finale is on like New Year's Day. I'm like, guys, please, can we not just release the whole thing at once? Like, I wanted to watch the whole thing. Now I've lost my train of thought. What was I even talking about in the first place? It pissed me off when I saw that next episode's coming out 26th of December. I rubbed my eyes like this. I was like, a whole month? We've waited this long and you're still making us wait even longer to get the rest of it. Whatever. It is what it is. It means that I get to watch it with my mum. I'm gonna have to tell her to watch the rest of season 4. And then Will getting powers. Oh my god, it's about fucking time, right? The whole show is about Will, right? And Will, for me, is the same as Harry Potter. Harry Potter would be better without Harry Potter in the movies. Lord of the Rings would be better than without Frodo in the movie. I just don't like a victim. Something's always going wrong. You're always attention seeking. You're always in the back collapsing, fainting. Like, everyone's got to look after you. Oh, Will is fainted again. Like, he fucking faints 5 times a day. But season 5. Hi, Daddy. He got his fucking... He did 3 Demogorgons. He's got powers. He didn't let them get Mike. He didn't let it get Robin, and he didn't let it get Lucas. He had them all unlocked with his mind, and his eyes turned different. It was doing that thing, and then he wiped his, and it was hot. I can't lie, it was hot. Will Byers, please. And can I say, right? So in terms of the couples that I want to see, right? I don't care that Jonathan has an engagement ring for Nancy. I don't care. Is that bad? I want Nancy and Steve together. Steve is like I think Steve might be my number one character or number two. I want Steve and Nancy together. I also don't want Mike and Eleven together. I'm bored of that. I'm bored. They're too sickly sweet. I want Mike and Will together. Byla. I've heard about Byla. I want Byla. I want Byla to happen. Joyce and Hopper, I'm happy with. Like, they needed to get together. They should have got together way before they did. And it was actually pissing me off the way that they were acting with each other. Just like it's pissing me off now, the way that Dustin and Steve are acting. Like, he's our besties. Can you be nice to each other? Why are they being hateful? Like, I know Dustin's going through a lot, but like, please, can you be nicer to each other? Because it's like not enjoyable to watch. Like, I like you being friends and I like you being cute, not kicking off. Erica Sinclair. Erica Sinclair's got to be up there with one of my favorite characters of all time. Like, even outside of Stranger Things, because you can't spell America without Erica. She's just so cool. Like, she stands on business. Do you know, I saw a comment, right? And I think it's so true. If Erica had the powers that the others have, that Elle has, this shit would have been wrapped up in one season. She doesn't mess about. She hasn't got time. You give her 60 seconds. You've got to explain yourself. If I'm not interested, I'm walking away. Anyone can get it. I'm fighting someone. I'm fighting a man that's like 12 years older than me. I'm beating him up with a flashlight. Like, Erica would have wrapped this shit up in one season. She would have said, Vecna, never heard of him. Like, not bothered. Not asked. I love her. Love Derek. Love dipshit Derek. With all due respect, with respect meant, you and your men can't protect shit. I was like, yeah, because nobody's told them military men. Nobody's told us fucking stupid military men. They think that they're so right, and they keep calling Elle a freak. Like, you're a weirdo, you're a grown man, and you're calling like a teenage girl a freak. Let's look into that rather than you trying to kill her because it's weird. And then last theory. Elle is obviously 11. Callie, or whatever she's called, is 8, right? And now Will, because he's connected to Vecna, he's probably got Vecna's powers, which he seems to have because of the bones and of the neck was similar to Vecna's. That's one. What does that add up to? It adds up to 20. What did Erica roll to defeat Vecna in Eddie's campaign in Dungeons and Dragons? 20. I'm going to leave you on that one. Maybe I should just turn this podcast into series reviews. I love a series. If we've got any recommendations for series, please let me know. Or movies or anything. Like, I'm actually a bit of a nerd. And I think as time goes on, it'll be uncovered a lot more. But we'll start off with Stranger Things. I'm so excited for the next episodes to air. Send me your DMs with your thoughts, of your theories. Like, I've been non-stop consuming content about Stranger Things. I'm obsessed with every single thing that I watch. Like, I love it. And on that note, I'm going to bed, and somehow I'm miraculously recovered. Let's hope that was my last illness of the year. Love you guys. Episodes every Tuesday. Blah 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 blah. Bye.